Hey tubers, me again. Hey, driving down a little private road here on my way over to see a customer about, he's got a Husqvarna hedge trimmer. And I know this machine because if you follow me, it was one of the ones that I did when I had to sharpen like 9 of them all at the same time, the hedge trimmers. So anyways, he's got a problem with the machine not running just because he thinks it's something up in the safety handle, a switch or something like that. I've never taken one apart. I don't know. It's first time for me. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go over and gonna grab that machine, and if it looks like it's gonna be something interesting, you know, and maybe worth your time, or if you own one of these Husqvarna hedge trimmers, then there's going to be a video, and you're going to find out, you know, what I find, and hopefully, you know, we can get them back up and running. They use them real early in the morning because, you know, they're obviously it's not a two-stroke or anything like that, and they can get started about 5:30 in the morning and go around somebody's house without making a lot of noise. So that's the benefit of these things. So we'll be back, and we're going to figure out what the heck is going on with this machine. Alright, we'll catch you in a little bit. Okay, tubers, so I picked up the machine in question, which is a Husqvarna 536Li, I'm sure that means lithium, HD60X ray. And it's a, what do you call it, a battery powered, I don't want my camera to fall over. It's a battery powered hedge trimmer. It's got this big giant monster battery on it, and whatever. This is going to come into play here real quick. So anyways, the complaint is that when he went and squeezed the handle, the safety handle, or to try to use the machine, it wasn't doing anything. So let me show you what's going on. We got a couple of things that are involved here. Let me try to explain this to you, the way this works. So if you consider that this battery pack right here is like the power that's coming into your house, okay? And then you're gonna go over here to the trigger, and that would be like the circuit breaker. So like you got power coming in, you got circuit breaker that will deliver it to whatever, you know, the load is going to be. In this case, this particular case, it's going to be to the motor where we want the what do you call it, the knives to articulate in order to do the job. But in the way, zoom in, but in the way of that, it's going to be like in your house, excuse me, would be like a single pole interrupter switch. So we got, where's my finger? We got power coming into the battery. We got power making it over to the trigger, and then this is a single pole interrupter, which is this switch right here. So you hear it very distinctive. You can hear that click. So, and the way that the handle works is it's, whoops, I gotta zoom out. So if you pull up on it, if you look over here on this piece, it pulls up on this little white piece. The switch goes right down in here. It pulls up on this white piece, and it activates that switch. It would make that switch work. Also, by the same token, if you pull the hand, if you're cutting, you know, whatever, vertically or horizontally, and when you go like this, it side loads that, and it also lifts it up to activate the switch. The same thing happens over on this side. When I take and I pull the handle that way, it side loads it and it lifts it up. You see? So basically what Husqvarna has done is in a straight pull situation, when it goes just straight up like that, it's not a problem. It's a straight pull on this little piece right here, because let me zoom in. This is the piece that broke. You can see where I put some super glue on it, and it seems to be holding pretty well, but only time will tell. In a straight pull situation, no problem. There's not that much pressure or resistance from the switch. But the side loading, any dirt, grease, grime, or whatever, then there's going to be friction besides the regular pull. So when it goes like that to pull that switch up, now it's side loading right up here at the point where it broke. Now, before I got it, the complaint was, or the story was, is that it would zoom out. That it would work if you pulled it on this side. It would work if you pulled it up here, but it wouldn't work over here. That means that the brake initiated, zoom in, that the brake initiated over on this side, and so that piece was still hinged. It was hanging on enough to where it would do a straight pull, or it would do the side pull, and it wouldn't go over there. So if yours is working in 2 out of the 3 positions, zoom out, 2 out of the 3 positions, then that means that piece is broken right there at that hinge, and it's just a matter of time. You either have to take it off and fix it. I used, what do you call it, Gorilla Glue, super glue on there, but I think I have a better way of doing this. It's just, it wasn't engineered very well. It wasn't designed for the side load, or that piece right there would have to have a greater mass going all the way across instead of that one little tab just sticking down. So you say like, oh, well, Zombie, why don't you just, take and put some electrical tape over the switch? And then that way you've defeated the safety, but at least you can work with it, while you're waiting for the handle. Oh, if only it were that easy, my friends. So let me set this camera up here. I'm going to show you what happens. In their wisdom, in their design, and everything. Okay, so we're going to have to watch the lights. The switch is going to be out of the picture because you're going to need to watch these lights up here. So I'm going to get right up here. So you're starting your day, whatever, and you take and you push that little button. You can see the green light on there that's ready to go. It thinks that everything's okay. You pick up the machine. When you grab the handle up on the top or over here on the side, that will close that switch and it works. Okay? What happens is, though, if you take it, like now it's off, turn it off, and we put electrical tape on that switch, and you're just going to hold it to defeat the safety. Now when you go to turn it on, look over here on the right. Can you see that flashing red thing? It knows that you've defeated that safety and nothing happens. It won't work. So it has to go in order. Now the light is off. I can push the switch and it works. So each time you let go of the handle or whatever, it stimulates that switch and it makes it work. You cannot start it off with, come on, shut off. You can't start it off by defeating the switch and just closing it down. So I'm going to put it back together, but I really think that if that had a wider mass, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to come up with something, because if it happened once, it's going to happen again. Somebody else is going to have this same problem. Like, oh yeah, it's doing it on 2 out of 3 spots. Well, it's going to break. Luckily, it'll stay inside, so you'll have that piece. But we need to take and create a piece that goes across here a lot better. So that's what I found out. He gets it back. I mean, I like the handle design, the cleverness, but they just shorted themselves in the mold process for the handle about 1/10 of 1%. But see, like, I see where when it pulls sideways, it has to be able to clear that. So maybe a spring. But I'm sure I'm going to end up revisiting this one. But yeah, it's Husqvarna 536LI Hotel Delta 60 X-ray. So yeah, that's the interesting find. That's pretty cool. When this thing pulls up, that little piece right there just lays right against the switch. The switch has 2 holes in it right there, and it sits right exactly on those little dowel pins, so you can't mess it up. It's pretty cool, but unfortunately not very strong. So it'll happen again. Okay, you guys, that's what we found out. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. Okay, so I'm not really out. I wanted to show this to you guys now that it's all been put back together. It's 10 5/32 hex. It's not a Torx. It's a hex bit. So, and there's 10 screws that go all the way around the handle. Let's see if I can do this without knocking over the camera. You can see them, they're all located throughout the handle. Very easy access, very easy disassembly for this. So now that we've made the fix, you can't help but activate the safety like whenever you pick it up. So let's turn it on over here. We do not want to see a red light, which is normal operation. So you should be able to go like this, straight up, and it works. Off to the side, and it works. Over here on the other side, and it works. So we're good to go. Now you guys know the inner workings of this silly safety handle. And that green light goes out, we're out.